Welcome to the wonderful world of guidance, featuring Amber Clark, Elise Storms, Vanessa Cloud, me, and Gigi. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Welcome to our first official guidance chat. I tell you one thing, and I could speak on behalf of everybody that you see right now. We miss you so much. Really, really badly. But listen, we wanted to come to you, in a creative way because, it's different when you can't feel and see and touch and get to be able to see you guys and talk to you in the hallways and catch up with you. But we want to be able to come to you and give you some information. Okay. So, today is, February 3rd, and it's the beginning of Black History. So we got a special treat for you guys to understand the importance of Black history and understand, what people have gone through to be able to just be here today. So we want to be able to bring you that as well as bring you some information. So I'll start off by telling you, hey, listen, especially our seniors, I've been putting scholarships in your classrooms, in your senior classroom, as well as my classroom. I know the other guidance counselors have been sharing those scholarships. Please, it behooves you to please start looking at those scholarships and start writing the essays, start going through the details, because that is basically money, even though it's not, you don't see the dollar form right then and there, but it's money. So all you have to do is complete the steps, follow the instructions, submit it, and you more than likely will have a chance to win that scholarship. If any of you are ever having any problems with writing an essay, coming up with topics, coming up with the first sentence, whatever it is, please reach out to myself and all your guidance counselors here, because we are happy and willing to help you anytime. So please make sure that you do that, okay? The second thing is that if you have any issues with your schedule and stuff like that, make sure that you're able to communicate with your guidance counselor and send an email. Now, let's talk about the proper way to send the email. You don't put everything that you want done in the subject line. The subject line sometimes is this long and the email is that short. Come on. Listen, you guys are great individuals. You guys are smart, you guys are intelligent, and I've spoken to most of you, so I know you guys have a high level of articulation. So please be able to put in the body of the email your request and open it up with a, hey, Mr. Bryce, hey, Miss Clark, hey, Miss Cloud, hey, Miss Storms. Greet us, because we're going to always greet you. So it's just proper email etiquette. And I know, it might be minute, and, most of you probably going to say, oh God, Bryce is always doing the most. But I'm really not, because listen, when you go to college and you go up to your powerful futures, people are going to be receiving your emails. You're going to work a job, and you're going to have proper greeting and knowing how to navigate conversation. So it's all about, we're trying to train you to be leaders and achievers. And that's what we here at Penns Grove High School are striving to do. Okay. So that's my turn right there. But now I like to pass the microphone, so to speak, to Miss Storms, and she'll go ahead and brief you on what she wants to, kind of articulate to you.
Hi, everybody. Hope you are staying nice and warm with all the snow we've had this past couple of days. I just want to remind everyone that you received a student survey in your email. If you could please go in and complete that survey before the end of the week, that would be great. Also, I want to remind you that you need to make sure you are completing your MAP testing. So get with your teacher, make sure you're making arrangements with them in order to complete that test as soon as possible. Also, all 10th graders, I just want to put you in, make you aware that the PSATs has been rescheduled for the 10th graders for March 17th. That again, PSATs are rescheduled for March 17th. Also, I have not heard yet about our next ASVAB test, but I want to put that out there that that will be coming for those 11th graders interested in taking the ASVAB, as well as 12th graders. If you're interested in joining the military, that's a perfect time to take the test. Last, I want to remind everybody, if you need any assistance, please do not hesitate on logging into our tutoring sessions that take place daily. There are links that are posted on every guidance web classroom page. Your learning stations have those links as well. Also, the link to the 21st Century, anybody interested in joining the 21st Century, that link is available as well on your counselor's webpage. And then lastly, Achieve Beyond Plus. Please remember that's extended learning that runs daily from 2:30 to 6:30. And from that, I am going to pass the torch on to Mrs. Cloud. Thank you, guys, and have a nice week. See you next time.
Hi, Penns Grove High School students. It's me, Miss Cloud. Just to reiterate what Mr. Bryce was saying, I miss seeing you guys in person so much. I am happy that we've officially made it into semester 2, and I encourage you guys to continue your perseverance and working hard. Please continue to log into all of your classes every day, to communicate with your teachers, send those emails if you have questions, and continue to turn in your work on time. I know this year has had its challenges, but I appreciate you all working so hard so much. A couple announcements that I have. Seniors, while you are checking out those scholarships, please make sure you've submitted those college applications. I know most of you have completed your Common App by now and have those applications in. I know most of you have completed your FAFSA for financial aid as well. But if you haven't, please reach out to your counselor. We're happy to help you complete those items. Even though we're not seeing you face-to-face in person, we can always set up a Google Meet, and we're happy to do so with you. In addition, I have an announcement for juniors and perhaps some seniors as well. We have the Saturday SAT scheduled this spring to host here at Penns Grove High School on March 13th, May 8th, and June 5th. So if you are interested in signing up to either retake the SAT if you're a senior or take it for the first time if you are a junior, please log on to your college board account and register for the SAT. I have links posted in my guidance classroom to take you right to the registration. But if you need help, please feel free to send me an email. I'm happy to help you navigate registering for the SAT. If you believe that you may qualify for a fee waiver, I have a code for you as well. So please send me an email and I can help you with that as well. Finally, for all grade levels, please be sure that when you are logging into your guidance learning station weekly, that you are completing your Naviance lessons. I have a couple students in my personal learning station that have finished all their lessons just this week. So I'm so proud of them. Then they finished a little early. You have all year to complete them, but please make sure you're working on those lessons. If you need help logging in or accessing those lessons, please let me or your counselor know. We're happy to help you. So thank you again for your hard work last semester, and let's keep it going strong this semester.
Hi everyone, it's Miss Clark. I also have a couple updates for you, but first and foremost, I, like everyone else here, miss you so much. The year just has not been the same without you walking the halls, coming to our office, getting to see you in learning stations. So I know it's been a tough year so far, but we miss you. We're here for you. Just to reiterate a lot of what everyone has said here, please make sure you're communicating with your teachers, with us counselors. If you want to talk to your assistant principals, your administrators, everyone is here for you. We're just an email, a phone call, a text away. We just ended marking period 2, so that was the end of semester 1. If you feel like you fell off track a little bit, there is still time to get in some of that work and make up those exams. So if you need help with that, please let me know. I can definitely help you get in touch with your teachers, work with our administrators to get you back on track and make sure you get the credits for those semester 1 classes. If you do need a quarterly on Apex, we will be sending those out shortly, and we will let you know if you need to do a quarterly for marking period 2. What else? Again, Achieve Beyond is every night from 2:30 to 6:30. If we have a half day that day for some reason, it would be 12:30 to 4:30. We have the links posted in guidance classrooms on the PGHS bulletin board. I've seen it in learning stations. I feel like everyone has sent it out, but if you still need it, please let me know. Staying that 4 hours will make up 2 whole days of attendance. I cannot stress enough how important that is and how limited of a deal that may be. This could end at any time once the state decides that we want to go back to the 4 hours equaling 1 day. So it's really important that you get on that now. Start making up your attendance if you've missed days. I know a lot of you have already done so and you're doing amazing. And I think that is all that I have for you. I know that we do want to touch on Black History Month and how important it is and how we want to celebrate all those achievements and accomplishments. And we have some things to talk to you about and some things to show you.
All right. So like Ms. Clark talked about 2 things. When you are making up your days of attendance, he is absolutely correct. This is a deal of a lifetime. Now, I will say that there was a deal of the century before, but this is still a deal of a lifetime. So please jump on this opportunity before time runs out, okay? And secondly, she touched on Black History Month. So again, it's always important that we all make up this beautiful earth, this beautiful country, this beautiful existence that we live. Okay, so it's important to understand everybody's culture, heritage, and where they come from and who their ancestors are. And right now we're in Black history, and it's important for everybody to understand the accomplishments that have been done by individuals that are African Americans, and that's why we celebrate Black history. So one thing we wanted to highlight, and we're going to have different moments of coming to you probably on a weekly basis. We're still trying to figure it out, but for the most part, it's going to be on a weekly basis for the month of February, just to kind of bring you some, inspiration, but also information about Black history. And we thought how fitting it would be to start off with this particular young lady. I mean, she was phenomenal, fabulous, one of a kind. I can't keep coming up with the adjectives to describe this young lady. Her name was Amanda Gorman, and what a beautiful poet and poem that she wrote. Okay, so we want to go ahead and kind of just play it for you. It's about 5 minutes or so. So please take a moment to listen to it. But while you're listening to it, what I want from each and every one of you is to ask yourself what it meant to you when you hear it. What are you thinking about when you're listening to this poem? What are you visualizing? Where do you see yourself when she's speaking? Because that's what life is really truly about, how you can visualize and see yourself. And then now we can start executing the plan to get you there. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and play that particular poem by Amanda Gorman. Now, give me a second because I'm not the best technologically savvy. So I know we got a screen share and looks like here we go.
Amanda Gorman, our nation's first ever National Poet Laureate. President, Dr. Biden, Madam Vice President, Mr. Emhoff, Americans, and the world. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is. And yet the dawn is hours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time where a skinny Black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother, can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew, that even as we hurt, we hoped, that even as we tired, we tried, that we'll forever be tied together, victorious, not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promised glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare it, because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared it at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour, but within it we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So, while once we asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing is certain: if we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better The one we were left with every breath from my bronze pounded chest. We will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the west. We will rise from the windswept northeast where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked south. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation, in every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge battered and beautiful. When day comes, we step out of the shade of flame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it.
How's that for a national debut? Most of us will remember where we were when we heard Joe Biden take the oath of office, give his inaugural address. We will all remember when we heard Amanda Gorman speak to the world as America's first National Youth Poet Laureate.
So now that we're back, like I said, just a beautiful example of just I'm speechless, to be honest. It doesn't matter how many times I hear that, but I like to, again, and on behalf of everybody, we like to hear what were your thoughts, what do you feel about it, how did you interpret it, and then we also want to know, what do you feel like you could be brave enough to be? And that's why we're ending this. What do you feel brave enough to be? Because we truly believe you could do anything you want to do, as long as you really want to do it, but also, and from her words, as long as you're brave enough to do it. So with that being said, we'll all unmute and give you a bye. And we miss you, and we can't wait to see you.
Bye, guys. Miss you. Till next time.
We'll see you soon.